And we are on the air. Happy Sunday, everybody, or early Monday morning, depending where you are, or Monday afternoon, I guess. Happy Sunday to you here. It is 12:40 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time, not Pacific Standard Time, Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Hello, Helen. Nice to see you. Nicole, Joshy, Posh Puppy. Nice to see all of you. So, well, I was going to start at 1 o'clock. I'm actually starting a little early. We have Joey D coming up. Joey D is a wonderful local friend of ours. Hi, Fruit Pig. Nice to see that we met once on the way to Reno. We had him up here for spaghetti and dinner. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Francis, nice to see you. And he's coming back for a replay. Hello, Ibrahim. Nice to see you. Hi, Mama Beth. Well, I didn't know, Mama Beth. I thought that you were on this morning. My bad. So, hi, RV Radio. I'd go ahead and do it, Mama Beth, because you'll have a ton of people watching you make the wreath, so they can bounce. So I'll be back in 1 minute. There's Missy Jen to regale and entertain you.
Good day, everybody. I'm your host, Missy Jen, filling in for the Rosie girl. Hi, Nicole. And we have Noah, Sidechat Slut, RV Radio, Mama Beth, Jimmy, hey Joshy, and Helen, David Hernandez, Push Puppy, we got Fruit. Thank you, Side Chat Slant. Yeah, that's the same that we got. It's actually from it's I think a wine cellar. I'm not from England. I'm from Germany. Beryl.
Hi, Beryl. Nice to see you. How's everybody doing today? Hi, Adge. How are you, sweetie? Nice to see you.
Hi,
60 Flower Child. Nice to see you.
I ain't no gold digger, eh? Well, maybe that could become a new hobby. Let's see. Hi, Ash. And hi, Francis.
Hey, Josh.
Lindsay.
Cupcake.
Guten Tag, Noah. Hi, Josh. Guten Morgen. Mein Schatz. Cupcake. And let's see what else we have. The Packers are losing. The Green Bay Packers used to be my team for a while when I was working for the Green Bay Cheese Company. I worked for 5 years, a little over 5 years for a Green Bay company.
So are the Ravens. The Ravens got their hands full in Cleveland. I'll tell you that.
So I was, for 5 years, I was a cheese head, so I celebrated for the Packers.
All right. Hey, Beryl. Thank you, Beryl.
Thank you, Sesame Son.
Yeah, Missy Jen was integral in helping me do that bathroom remodel, from tearing up the floor to replumbing, electrical, everything in the bathroom. It was an enormous project.
Hey, JK.
JK NoCal in the house. Lisa Yarborough, how are you, sweetie? Nice to see you. We got Joey D coming today.
I have had my hands and my legs in the doings of transforming the entire Rancho into a sun that you would not recognize from
Hi, David.
repainting interior, exterior, cutting down trees, removing trees,
It's running a Rancho.
and all kinds of things that if you was here 10 years ago and you'd come here now, you'd be like, this is the Rancho. Anyways.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're gonna get underway. Missy Jen's doing the other things to get ready today. We've got our good friend Joey D's coming up, United States Air Force retired.
Our birthday baby Bobby's coming too. So
welcome, my friends, to the Birthday That Never Ends. Tonight I will be doing late night because I'm off tomorrow. I'll be doing a little sorority brat Rosie live stream tonight. That'll be fun. Scottish, how are you, sweetie?
Hi, Tracy.
That'll be about 9 o'clock tonight. Nice to see you, Susie. How are you, sweetie? Love you, girl.
So I'm gonna remove myself from this area right here.
She'll be in and out, so. And
go back yonder and work in the background.
Dawn, thank you, honey.
Hi, Dancing Dawn. Love you too.
All right, so we've got, what was the name of the medicine? Ocrevus?
Ocrevus, yes. Ocrevus.
Ocrevus. W.
For the MS hug, it's the baclofen.
Baclofen. Baclofen. Baclofen.
20 milligrams.
Yeah, for stopping spasms. It helped me once in a while.
It really helps with the hug.
All right. Oh yeah. See, Dawn's the one I told you. That's why I thanked her. Dawn, we have a video. I have a video I'm dropping tonight, this afternoon for you, honey, on that. So
yeah, I'm gonna be making a video in the next 2 days.
Thank you, Dawn. We love you.
I love you very much.
I recorded that today. Also, Stacy out there. So we're gonna get to it. About the wrenches, I had to rejig a few wrenches here over the last day. So I'm saying, you know, I try to be welcoming to everybody here. I just ask my wrenches, and there's a lot of you. Generally, it's people that host a live stream. So you understand the ins and outs of doing live streams. Debbie Ariola, how are you, sweetie? I'm going to give you a wrench too since you do live streams. But I would just say forbearance. I think Ash does it best. Nicole, I think. Joe King. Hi, Joe King. Nice to see you, Nathan. Let people have their say, and only just don't take people out on site, okay? Just if somebody's out of control or something. And my chats are usually good. It's just I had over 570 people added to the block list in the last 30 hours. So I had to go in and unblock 530 people. Hey, how you doing, Brandon? Nice to see you, Brandon and Trish. Craft Beer Pours. Fun crew to hang out with. Only time. That's fine, Nicole. Or 2 other people in the chat and stuff like that. So, Craft Beer Pours, I'm going to give you a wrench too, since you guys host live streams. So it seems to work out. There's no reciprocity required. People run their own hangouts the way that they want to. So we get a lot of people come in here. So let's talk about making some lasagna, and let's talk about making some Italian bread. Now, I started the Italian bread last night, and anytime you're baking bread, you should always try to start your dough the day before. Thank you, Lisa. You should only try to you should start your bread the day before. Why? Because your bread will have much, much more depth and flavor to it. Yes, Napa County is the county to the east of us. It's our sister county. As we say in the wine, Napa and Sonoma counties are the huge premium wine counties in America. Because we have an old saying, there's a rivalry kind of between the two. Napa's for auto parts, Sonoma's for wine. Okay. I appreciate that, Debbie. You certainly do, and I appreciate that. Debbie Ariola has been a friend of mine. You know what, Debbie? You know how wonderful Debbie Ariola is? And I know Debbie's mixing it up with some people, and like I say on YouTube, I don't let other people's battles become my battles, just like I don't expect them to throw themselves into the breach for me. But here we are on our 7,636-mile journey across America. And we're coming into western Kansas. That's like 0 degrees over there. And here comes a tip. We don't have any shell at all. And as soon as we get into shell range around Goodland, Kansas, western Kansas, way up in the high plains, here comes a text message from Debbie Ariola. What is she telling us? She's telling us about a great place to stop in Russell, Kansas to have lunch. How about that? Well, we were a little later getting across Kansas, but that's what kind of wonderful friends I'm so proud to have on YouTube. And you know, Debbie's been like a sister to me, OG Boyd, and everything else on here. Just a wonderful, wonderful person. Helen said it's Monday. I'm needing to get up, but I can't be bothered. Ibrahim, nice to see you, Evan Bailey. Welcome to you. We got Flower Shop. We got some people from the craft pour. You can identify yourself over there once in a while. Trish and Brandon, a lot of fun people to hang out in New England. One of my new homes away from home. They've been absolutely fun people. Bumpy and Drunken One and other people over there. They've been fantastic people to hang out with. Classic Computers, nice to see you. I started today. And if you're gonna prepare a scratch meal, you've got to think of yourself as having a definite timeline, and you have to start with your longest thing first, which in this case is making the bread. Okay, you start the night before with what you make a little poolish. 1 cup of bread flour, 1 cup of lukewarm water, and a little bit, 1/8 of a spoon of yeast. Mix that all together and let that sit overnight. Okay, that becomes a happy base for the next day, a very happy base for forming your bread the next day. Next day, I add 3 cups of flour. I add about 1.5 cups of water, a couple teaspoons of salt, the rest of the yeast. I use these little yeast packages here. I also have distiller's yeast when I'm making moonshine, but this is good stuff for making bread. Okay, and I've had that rising since about 10 o'clock this morning. It has completed 2 rises here. Okay, and there it is. It's all happy as hell in the bowl, and it's going to make a really nice Italian loaf today. What is Italian loaf? It's like a freestyle big loaf. It's not going to be a round. It's going to be a long one. But it's going to be high rising and it's going to be beautiful. And remember too, when you make your dough, when you bring your ingredients together the second day in the morning, beat the hell out of it for 2 minutes to combine the ingredients together. And then let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes before you beat it again vigorously in your mixer with your dough hook for about 10 to 15 minutes. The more you beat it at that point, the more, it almost sounds dirty, doesn't it? The more you need that, the higher rising your bread is going to be and the more responsive it's going to be. Now we're getting ready to form the loaf today. And when we form the loaf, make sure I'm preheating the oven to the highest temperature it'll go, which in my case is 800 degrees. And you're thinking to yourself, damn, cooking at 800 degrees and baking at 800 degrees, I've never heard of such a thing. Well, with all due respect, that's probably not why you're making sort of artisan bread, because for the first 10 minutes, you got to sit that either on the bottom of the oven on a pan, or you've got to sit it on a pan on a baking stone. This is my pan here. I put some cornmeal on it. I'm going to shake the loaf now, and I'm going to sit it on the pan, and we're going to let it do its final rise here for about a half hour as we get cranking on our lasagna. Our company's coming in about 10 minutes or so. Bobby's coming early too. You want to take a skillet. Don't use a regular pan with a plastic handle. A cast iron skillet, put it in your oven. Because when this bread goes in, we're going to take 2 cups of ice cubes. Hi, Cheryl. We're going to take, thanks for the pic, Cheryl. Love you. We're going to take 2 cups of ice cubes, and we're going to throw it into the skillet, and that's going to create a lot of steam, which is going to help our Italian loaf rise magnificently. We're trying to duplicate just 2 people, Mama Beth, Bobby and Joey D, our United States Air Force retired good friend here in the community. That steam is duplicating or trying to duplicate what's done with commercial steam injected ovens. Okay? We're making real artisan bread. I'm going to turn this out on the counter now. Go ahead and drop a little flour down here. Let me get my flour. Right. Had to close the front bedroom door. Why? Because the smoke detector likes to go off whenever I turn that. Whenever I turn the oven on. So here we go. We're going to flour up the counter a little bit here. Yeah, I wish I had a bigger kitchen area, but I don't. We're going to turn that out now from the bowl. Just like so. Get all that goodness out of the bowl. Can't believe I only got this for $6 at that. Couldn't believe Safeway had a big Pyrex bowl like that for $6. Yeah, we got to watch the pennies, but once in a while you can do. This is a little bit of a looser dough. You might say it's almost like a ciabatta, which is Italian for like slipper. I mean, really nice soft dough. Susie. That's it, Helen. I'm taking you to the kitchen. Yeah, I'm going to the kitchen to get your toast for you. Now we're going to stretch this out. Okay, we're going to turn it over in the counter. We're going to stretch it out. We're going to fold it in the middle like that, and then fold it from the top like that, and pinch it together at the bottom. Let's put a little more flour on the board here, and we're going to roll this on the top. Now we're going to roll this into a loaf. Okay. Barbie, how are you today? Nice to see you. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all of our many wonderful Canadian subscribers and friends here. Maybe some of you don't know, but I spent 5 years working for the Royal Bank of Canada, so I'm very familiar with Canadians and all things Canadian. So some of my nicest time was spent in Toronto, staying at the wonderful Royal York Hotel and eating my way up and down Yonge Street, the longest street in the world. What a beautiful town Toronto is. Okay. All right, so we got a pretty uniform looking loaf here. We're going to go ahead and stick that on here. Then we're going to tuck it underneath one more time very rapidly. Okay. Now we're going to cover that with, we're going to put a little bit of spray on that. Yeah, Canada's is always in October, and it's always beautiful. And I was lucky enough one year to be in Montreal and spend a Canadian Thanksgiving in Montreal. It was beautiful. Great town. There's some very Some of the greatest cities in North America are in Canada. And I think most people would agree. You're excited, huh? Hi, Rosewater Spring. Nice to see you. Hey, Sweet Meadow. I think we'd all agree the Canadians are some of the nicest people on planet Earth. They really are. They don't really have any. Everybody loves Canadians. Go figure. But as I always say, U.S., Australia, New Zealand, Canada, we're all just branch offices of the UK anyway, right? So what does it matter? I'm covering that very loosely. Hi, Mrs. Zombie. Nice to see you. Hello, Lockdown. All right, we're going to just cover that very loosely. I just sprayed the top of it, and I'm just going to let that rise while we get on to our lasagna. I mean, anybody that doesn't think that we're just all branch offices of the U.S. just doesn't see the money flows around the world and everything like that, okay? All right, we're going to set that aside. We're going to let that rise, and we're going to get on. Let's talk some lasagna now. Let's talk some lasagna. Yeah, we're all colonists. That's exactly correct. That's all we are. That is all we are. That's what my boss at the Royal Bank of Canada used to say when we go to our meetings with the British banks and stuff, HSBC, Hong Kong, Shanghai Bank, and all them. My boss said, "Well, we got to listen to what they say because we're all branch offices of the UK." And the more I studied finance and the more I got involved in finance, the more I realized he was 100% correct. The hidden force behind money in the world. Hey, Sean the Brit. Must teach you to speak Italiano. I must teach you to speak French. I don't speak French. I speak Chinese. Good afternoon, Lockdown. Nice to see you. Lockdown's like it's hard to keep track of time when you stay up for days. Jesus, Lockdown. Even I got 4 hours of sleep last night. Tonight I'm going to be live streaming late with the sorority brat Rosie. That'll be a lot of fun tonight. All right, let's talk lasagna. You're going to need a big pan like this. I think this is a 13 by 9. Okay, this is a non-stick one. This is a beautiful one. My friend Janet, my best friend, gave me this for Christmas. A wonderful, very, very wonderful set. So you're going to need that. That's going to be what you're prepping your lasagna. Okay, very, very important to have that. Now, I don't have Mama Beth's big fancy kitchen and all that. I just have to make do with what we got here and do, just get by and do the best we can. I'm just kidding, Mama Beth. I'm pulling your leg there. All right, let me see if I can find my recipe now. This is probably one of my most well-worn recipes. Anything that has grease stains on it, smeared ink, colors, has got to be something good. And this is by All Recipes, and it's called World's Best Lasagna. And it really is quite a good lasagna. Hazel, how are you, honey? Nice to see you. When's the wife throwing a pan at me? Is that love? Nice to see you, Deborah Daly, Family Life. Nice to see you, honey. My TV connection's a little. I've been using a TV as my monitor here, and it's kind of a little bit sketchy. I don't know why. See if we can get that fixed up. That's better. Yeah, you saw it ripping a page, but this thing has been so well used. Now, I already made, those of you who have been on the channel for about a month and a half, you'll already know that we put up our own Italian sauce here on the Rancho. And if you want to know about it, just put Italian sauce in the description box or in the video search box, and you'll see how we make our own Italian sauce. This recipe goes all through the laborious details of how you can make your Italian sauce, okay? I'm not going to take time to do that today. I'm going to get right to the main event. So I got a pound of ground round Humboldt grass-fed ground round, okay? I wanted a really good quality grass-fed beef. So I paid up, I think I paid $8 a pound for that. And then I got a pound of the Italian pork sausage di Malo. You can use sweet if you want. Okay? I went to, whenever I'm having company come over, I always go to a very high quality store. I mean, I got a real low end, bombed out grocery store for my ramen noodles and everything else. But when I'm having company come over, I like them to have high-end stuff, right? My boy, best friend forever, gives me antique clutch purse handmade. Oh, that's kind of cool. So we got a pound of each one of that. We don't need to worry about the minced onion. We don't need to worry about the garlic because it's all been incorporated into our sauce. But if you want the recipe and you want to do this really from the base, you can go to allrecipes.com. World's Best Lasagna, and it'll pop right up. When the event is over, I will go ahead and I will put the link to this in the description box. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to, now I also have some other ingredients I'll get out here too to show you. Thank you, Hazel, appreciate it. Let's show what else we got here today. Galbani ricotta cheese, 115 ounce. It's kind of weird they don't do 16 ounce, but they do 15 ounce on that. You can also use cottage cheese, believe it or not. If you've ever seen a PBS show called America's Test Kitchen, it's a pretty good show. Sometimes it might be on the Food Network, I'm not sure. They went ahead and did a test one day to see which made a better lasagna, cottage cheese or ricotta. And when they were done the testing, cottage cheese actually won in the taste testing. But, you know, Joey D's coming over. He's Italian. Hey, mama, you cross the street. Hey, you piece of, huh? I'm using ricotta here today. Okay? I've got a nice 5 ounces of shredded imported. This was aged 10 months. And this is something you will buy Marin Cheese Company. Okay? Some really nice imported shredded Parmesan cheese. Okay? Where is it imported from? I have no idea. And then finally, I have low moisture Gold Rush Creamery mozzarella. Okay? Now this gets assembled. I don't skimp on the good stuff when companies come. So the first thing, we're keeping an eye on our bread is rising. I'm going to put this over here. Gives us a little more heat to rise off good. Okay, want that bread to rise real good for its final time. You got to be patient. And then we're going to get our our pot. We're going to brown up the 1 pound. Let's see, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the beef and sausage. And we don't have to worry about the garlic and onion and all that. We're going to go, we've got all of our seasonings in there. Everything is all incorporated. So the only thing we really have to do is get our sausages and our ground beef browned off real well. And then we need to add our sauce to it, okay? And this is our own sauce. It's been canned, water bath canned here. So I've never made mozzarella before. Don't skimp on the good stuff. Hello, chick. Nice to see you, honey. All right, so we're gonna get our. We're gonna go grab our pan now. Our pot right here. We're going to get some good olive oil and put it in the bottom. Hello, Claire. Nice to see you. Thank you, Mrs. Zombie. Thank you, honey. I do have shorts on. Hey, Debbie Davis. Everybody's like, don't bend over, Rosie. Don't bend over. Well, maybe they're like, bend over, Rosie, but you should have drawers on. Or maybe, Rosie, just bend over, right? So I'm going to get the... let's see. Going to get our extra virgin olive oil out. Thank you. I think it's a cute tuck. We're going to put about a tablespoon and a half in there. All right. Now let's go ahead and get our. We're going to bust up our Italian. This is the. You can get sweet. You can use sweet. You can use hot. It depends on your family's taste. But if you're having company over, you're getting plenty of spice in the sauce. You don't want to blow people's wigs off when they come over to eat, okay? All right. Be careful about food handling too, okay? This is raw pork. And, okay. Good food handling technique. All right. Put that in there. Yeah, it's going to blow the wigs off. That's it. Let Nicole do that with that freaking kimchi that she makes and that kind of stuff. Halusi. Hi, Deborah. Nice to see you, honey. And Mrs. Zombie, I heard you packed them in at the haunted house last night. That's really cool. Look at how beautiful that beef is, how red. This stuff is so unlike what you get in your grocer's case. This is something you walk up to the meat counter and you ask the guys behind the counter. Look at that color on that. Grass-fed. Wonderful. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now I'm going to very carefully wash my hands here now. Make sure to keep good food handling technique. Good food handling technique, okay? Yeah, if you're having company come over, you always want the best ingredients that you can get. Otherwise, it's a ramen noodle night for Rosie, right? That's it. All right. Okay, gonna get the wooden spoon now. It's always nice to have a really nice to have wooden spoons, and I have a nice collection here. But I just love this one, and you can see how much this has been used and abused for years, but burns. I just can't get rid of it. Let's go ahead and put the heat. Every time we clean the stove, we get a little bit of liquid down this one, so it gets a little bit rangy. There we go. So it dries out. I'm going to break up this pork and this beef now. Some people like to use veal and a little bit of pork. I like to use Italian sausage. There's just something that Italian sausage does Yeah, it's a big one. This one's got a lot of history from moonshining here on the Rancho and everything else. Nicole remembers those days. And all I'm doing is breaking up that. Okay. I'm also keeping an eye on the bread. Letting that rise off really well. Pretty low there, okay? Bought fresh ground pork sausage, sweet and hot. Oh, man, that is good. I'm telling you. That's it. Lockdown. But then again, what do I know? I eat sand fleas and king toad hind legs. Yeah, that's it, Nicole. You dealt with the torture. This is going to release some liquid out of here too, so I don't have to give a lot of. I don't need a lot of oil in it. Okay, just keep it stirred. Don't let it burn. You want to get this blended together really well. Okay. Joey D came up. He really liked the meatballs that I made. Okay, and all I'm doing is breaking that up in there. That's all I'm doing. Okay, we're going to have a separate bowl. We're going to make our cheese. We're going to make our ricotta and egg. We're going to use an egg, a little bit of sauce. Lasagna is not that difficult to make. You can make it with, you know, I like to make my own stuff from the ground up with its own sauce. We broke a 10-inch record. It's going to be an amazing year. It definitely is. You're doing great, Mrs. Zombie. You and Mr. Zombie. You guys look so cute. I know I'm not supposed to say that because it's scary, right? But you got to remember, I'm the kind of person that goes to Walt Disney Land, you know, Disneyland, and I'm scared out of my mind going through It's a Small World, you know, with all the animated, is there a world of fun? You know, I'm screaming horrified, and people are looking at me like, what the hell? I mean, that was it. That was it. I can't do roller coasters, hate prepping. You know, it really scared me when I was little. I was a really, really, really bad kid. I mean, if we'd go someplace as a family, I'd go on school trips. I'd just jet off over the hill. You know, I'd be gone. When I was my first day of school in first grade, I just took off. And, you know, when everybody else went down for a nap, I walked out the back door of the classroom. And I don't know how I did it. I walked all the way home. The fucking school janitor was coming after, looking for me. So we went to the World's Fair. Tell you how old I am. In 1964, and that's when they introduced It's a Small World. Right? Gone through there, and you know, I don't know. I tried to jump out of the boat or whatever you're going through. And my old man's grabbing me, you know, and sitting me down, and my mother's slapping the hell out of me in the back seat, right? They're not enjoying the show. My brothers and sisters are laughing like hell. The other people in the ride are shut the fuck, you know, sit down. You know, it's New York, right? We got out of the ride. My old man's like, you know what? You know what all those things are in there? I was like 6 years old. I said, I don't know. He said, you know what these little kids are in this Small World exhibit? These are the kids that got lost from their parents at the park. Okay? And to earn their upkeep, they have to work in the It's a Small World, right? Wear wooden shoes if you're from Holland. And I thought, what the fuck? I'm going to be a good kid. The rest of the time. You know, and they said that's where kids that get separated, bad kids get left, and then they have to work for their keep. You know, I was like, what the hell? Okay, That back at that time, there was a restaurant in New York City. It was called Mama Leone's, and I remember at the World's Fair, it had the biggest block of cheese in the world. You walked into the door, and this block of cheese had to be like 30 feet long and a huge case or something like that. Crazy. I'm telling you, Deborah, that's what kind of kid I was. I was always in trouble. You know, I went to PS 233. My mother would drop me off at school in the morning. I'd be like walking up to the front door. She'd pull away. I'd just go down the other steps, right down, go get some binder paper. And I'd pull out some of my father's pipe tobacco that I took from home, Carter Hall pipe tobacco, and I'd roll up my own cigarettes. And I'd be climbing on the roof of the church that you see in Diner. If you ever saw the movie Diner, when Kevin Bacon's in the manger, right? Laying in that, like Jesus in the bed in front of the church. Yeah, that was the church. I used to climb the roof and roll my own smokes and stuff. But my mother got smart one time. She did a Kojak. She came back there. She came the other way back. And she caught me walking down the alley smoking my binder paper cigarette. She grabbed my ear, she pulled me back, and I could scream. Good old PS 233, baby. You see, this is coming along really well now. Really good. It's a world of laughter, a world of fun. Do, 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 do. What a horrifying ride. It's like I go on Space Mountain, right? I mean, you're whipping through the dark. You don't see a fucking thing. And everybody comes off the ride. Oh, man, that was great, you know? And you're like, I don't get it, man. What's the deal, right? You're just whipping through the dark on this roller coaster, holding on for dear life. That's what, you know, that's what I told you guys. I was badass. I had the makings of a girl even then, right? You guys are like, not. Remember to keep stirring. Do not stop. We're browning this off really well. Hey, Tara. How you doing, sweetheart? Tessa Brown. Nice to see you. Oh, my God. Years ago when I first met the boss and Janet, it had to be back in, before I even had a YouTube channel. I was just meeting him for the first time in like 2011 and hanging out. They wanted to go to Six Flags amusement park, right? Down in near them, and I don't know where in the hell it is. Six Flags Vallejo, down there. And the night before, man, I started drinking Sailor Jerry spiced rum, right? I mean, I killed a half a bottle of Sailor Jerry spiced rum. Hi, Ellie. Got up the next day. I'm cool, you know. Boss says, oh, we got to stop at the Jack in the Box. We got to stop at the Jack in the Box and get some breakfast. So we stop and get the real greasy breakfast sausage sandwich and everything. I'm real shaky, right? Well, we get to the park, and they've got the third largest loop roller coaster in the world. Okay? And I'm looking up at this thing, and people are screaming, and, you know, the wigs are flying. I'm looking up at this thing, and I'm wondering how I'm going to survive this ride. But I get on there, and I just close my eyes. I feel myself going upside down. I'm like, you know, I'm going to be the bastard that this big ring just snaps in half, and it's going to be a YouTube viral video, and here goes everybody flying off the thing. And I thought to myself, well, I'll always be watched my ending. You know, you're famous for your exit in life. So I survived that thing. And I get off of that. And then the boss is like, we got to ride the rocket. I'm like, what the fuck's the rocket? And he says, look over here, and there's this thing that you get into the cars, and you go like straight up. Wham! And this thing goes like 8 miles up in the sky, right? To me, it looked like 8 miles. And there's people ride it, the wigs are flying, they're screaming, and I'm thinking to myself, this could be the end, right? It's like, oh, Rosie, you're a pussy, get on the thing, Janet's slapping my head and stuff. I get on that thing takes off. I don't know how my wig stayed on right. I go flying up that fucking thing. I come down the top, then you go up again, and you kind of rock. And I got off that ride, and we're exiting, and I knew what was coming, baby. I could feel it. Ugh. Walking towards the exit, there's some poor 10-year-old kid in front of me, and I just let loose with a projectile vomit all over the back of his sweatshirt, just drenched the kid. All down the front of my thing, right? I mean, what can I do? Do. I felt better, right? I suddenly felt like the pressure was off, and we're off to the bird aviary, right, to watch the birdies, and end up buying the kid a sweatshirt, right, and trying to clean him up a little bit, right, and his mom's just horrified, just frozen and looking at I don't do amusement parks, okay? I can go fishing on boats. I can be on the wildest seas known to man. But I can't do that. I'm going to drain off a little bit of this. We don't need a lot of this fluid here. Okay, I'm draining off most of that. All right. So now my friends are all laughing at me. Well, we ended up going in the back that night. We had a good time at the spook thing. It's at a really nice spook house. That tastes good. That tastes good. We're gonna see how many cups of it's gonna be. We're gonna open up our Italian sauce now. Yeah, you go to Six Flags, and I just can't do that. Can we open that? Got a good seal on it. Okay, we're gonna empty that in. I'm gonna put all that in. If we have any extra, we got a really good basis for a nice meat sauce for spaghetti. Okay, so I'm mixing that around really, really well. Okay, this sauce has already been cooked through. It's already good to go. Okay, this is gonna be delicious. Okay, there's our. All right, we got our sauce in there. The color is not true because of the white balance on the can, but I think you guys get the idea. This is a good time to get one tasting spoon. Give it a taste. This is a ball mason jar that we use for making moonshine here. Okay, that tastes good, but you know what? We need to spike that up a little bit. We need to spike that up a bit. So I'm going to add a little bit of basil to that, just to woof it up a little bit. Okay. I want to add a little more pepper. I'm not going to shake the pepper over it. I need more control. Half a teaspoon of pepper. Let's see. I want to get my Italian seasoning here. Okay? Do you ever use a crock pot? I do use a crock pot once in a while, lockdown. I'm going to put a teaspoon of Italian seasoning in there, okay? And to give it a little bit of forward punch, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of red wine vinegar. Okay. I just want to amp this sauce up a little bit, okay? We're going to stir that, and we're going to put the heat to that. Okay, our bread's looking really good over here. Another 10 minutes or so. You can see that's already doubled in size nicely. A really pretty loaf. Greatest ever. How are you doing, sweetie? Nice to see you. Callie, how are you, honey? Okay. And the old Ravens got their hands full in Cleveland playing in overtime. Huh? 9-9. Okay, I'm glad to hear that, Callie. I'm going to go ahead and pop the heat to this now and let this warm up a little bit. Okay, if we need to drain off a little bit more, we will. Okay. This will be delicious. We also use this if we need to for a top sauce too, okay? It's going to be really good. We're going to let that spike up a bit, okay? I think Joey D is here. Domino. Domino. Here, Domino. Here. One in there. One. Tell him I'm live streaming if he wants to be seen or not. So, yeah, Joey D has arrived. You can hear the dogs barking. Hi, Carrie. How are you, honey? Your house must smell good. Yeah, it really does smell good. We're gonna let this get up to a good simmer, and we're gonna give it one more taste. And then we're gonna start combining our ricotta, our egg, and start getting our other ingredients ready, our mozzarella and our ricotta, to start putting this together. Okay. Okay, guys. Hi, Joe. Hi. How are you? Yeah. We told you not to bring anything. I didn't bring anything. How are you, Joe? It's a long trip. I'm sorry you had such a long haul. Oh, the traffic was bad. The traffic was bad. Are they doing anything at the Sonoma track? Is that the way you come over? Okay. Okay. I'm just live streaming making the lasagna. Right over here, Joe. Right here. All right, Joe is here. Pride of the United States Air Force, retired. We do love our vets. You may end up as a reef. Oh my God, Tessa Brown's like the wreath Rosie made. Yeah, we'll do fresh pasta. You guys are too funny. As soon as this comes up to temperature, I'm gonna do one more taste of it. Clean the spoon and do another. Do you like or shop at Trader Joe's? Yeah, I went to try to find roll mops. You know, Vinny's always talking about roll mops. Yeah, Joe was 26 years in the Air Force. So he's a wonderful, one of our wonderful vets, and we love him dearly. I'm going to use also Barilla lasagna noodles here too. Okay, What did Joe bring? Some flowers? Wow. Look at Missy. Joe brought flowers. What's Joe doing? Of course, Domino's here, the Eddie Haskell dog. Right. Hey, Domino, welcome to you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, beautiful. Well, it's so great to have friends.
So we're gonna get some water. And a vase. Hi, darling. Harvey.
That sauce is perfecto now. It's got just the right forward thing, right? The forward tooth to it. Huh? You could say, I don't know if you want to just poke over and say hi, Joe, and kind of. This is our wonderful friend, Joey D, here. We love Joey D, United States Air Force retired, right?
I am.
You were racking bombs, weren't you? That's what.
Well, that, yeah, building them and
Build them and racking them, yeah. So United States,
yeah.
one of the most wonderful vets and a wonderful friend to Jen and I. You remember Domino? Do you remember Domino?
No, I think you remember me.
Yeah, Jen will fix you something to eat if you want to sit outside and relax with her a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Joe went up to the Reno hot August nights. He goes up to Domino. You better get out of the way. Domino, come here. He remembers you, Joe.
Yeah.
Remembers you. Like Domino's the Eddie Haskell of dogs, right? Gee, Mrs. Cleaver, you look lovely today. Is that a new necklace you have? Why, yes, it is, Eddie. So nice of you to notice. And the whole house smells so nice, Mrs. Cleaver. Well, thank you, Eddie. I'm making the boy's father's favorite dish. What would that be, Mrs. Cleaver? Well, it's a nice roast beef and mashed potatoes. Oh, Mrs. Cleaver, I wish my mom would cook like that. She doesn't, Eddie? No, Mrs. Cleaver, she's too busy with all the civic work and everything. Gee, I wish I could have a meal like that. Okay, Eddie, would you like to stay to dinner? Okay, Mrs. Cleaver, thank you. I thought that you would never ask. Yeah, I wish my mom could cook like that. I mean, what the hell, right? Everybody loved Eddie Haskell. All right, so we got our sauce here. That's all made. Now, in another bowl, I want to, let's see, we're going to make the ricotta with the egg and a little bit of salt here, okay? We got to do that in a little bowl, too. Okay, take care, Deborah. I'll be on another hour. We're getting ready to pop our bread into the oven in a couple minutes here. Okay. Clean off my spoon and have another taste. Yeah, I'm the new Mrs. Cleaver, Tessa Brown. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? All I need is my pearls. Right. Out of sight. It is now time for our bread to go into the oven. It is doubled in size. Yeah, he keeps jumping as fast. You want to give Joe we got the tea, Joe. I have a cold tea. You probably want some ice cubes too with that. Set them up with the glass there. Here you go, Jen. There you go, taking a nice iced tea there, okay? All right, we got our bread. Okay. Don't forget tonight, guys, we'll be doing the sorority brat Rosie. We'll be having a little hangout later tonight if you're around. Let's go ahead now. We have to get our ice cubes ready. And we need our spray bottle too to spray the top of this just before we go. And we're going to get an egg, and we're going to make an egg wash for that. All right. I know you all like the way I say wash all the time. So here we go. Take one egg, crack an egg. Joe Bobby will be over in a bit. He'll be over in a little bit. Take a little bit of water. And we're going to whip that really good. We're going to whip that good, okay? Do a little shaky boo. Want to get that whipped together really well. Yeah, you like the way I say wash. That's my Baltimore. That's a curse you carry with you to your grave, right? Go to Washington, D.C. and Washington State, wash the car, wash your clothes, turn on the water. That's it. Okay. Hi, Darlene. We're going to go ahead and give this an initial brush here. Okay. All right, then we're going to go get our knife. You can have a lame that has the razor blade in it. We got a really sharp knife here. We're going to do 3 slits. One, they're going to go down about ½ an inch here. 2, and then we're going to put a 3rd one over here. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp. Okay. To get down there, all right, because I want this thing to expand nicely here. Then we're going to hit it with a little more of the egg wash here. Then we're going to get our ice cubes out. And we're going to put 2 cups of ice cubes into our skillet pan, and we're going to put this into the oven. So here we go. Okay. This is going to create a tremendous amount of steam here. Okay, sit that right there. Get your spray bottle ready. Hit that good. Into the oven she goes. Right on the stone. Close her for a second. There go the ice cubes. You can probably hear them sizzling off. Yeah, Joe Flacco, that would be it. We're going to go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock now. Remember, I'm running this at 800 degrees for 10 minutes. Sit right on that pan with the cornmeal right on top of a baking stone in there, okay? All right. We be rolling. So about 10 minutes before that's finally done, that loaf, I may actually hit that again. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and start getting ready to assemble our lasagna now. Okay. Lucy Ball, how are you? Nice to see you, honey. Got Lucy Ball in the house. We're going to take 1 egg here, and we're going to take our ricotta cheese. Yeah. We're going to grab 1 egg and a little bit of salt. We're going to put that in here. Okay. Empty out our ricotta cheese. We made 6,400. Wow. That's really good. Wow, that's amazing. Good for you. Here's our ricotta cheese. Put that into our bowl. We need to bust that up a little bit. I'm going to get a bigger bowl. That's too small, that bowl. Put it in there. That's really good. Hey, Tucky. Tucky, how are you, sweetie? We got the great Tucker in the house. Tucky, let's bust that up a little bit. Let's work that with our egg. I'm just chopping that up, ricotta up a little bit, okay? All right. We want that chopped up really finely. Okay, how are you, Tucker? How you feeling? I hope you're feeling better. Okay. We want that chopped up really fine, okay? Like I'm doing now. Lucy, you're fine. I enjoyed your stream on, I think it was Friday night, Lucy. I had a good time over there. Thank you for your hospitality. Take a quick peek in. We're going to give that loaf one more quick spray. All right. It's going to rise really good in there. Okay, now we're going to crack our egg. Okay, right in there. And happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian friends tomorrow. Canadian Thanksgiving. Okay, no problem, Helen. Nice to see you. We're going to go ahead and work that all together now. That ricotta with the egg. And we're going to add a half a teaspoon of salt to that. Okay. Okay. Oh, Bobby's here. No, he's not. Bobby. I thought I heard Bobby. Half a teaspoon of salt. Okay. Mix that together really well. Okay, there we go. So there's one good component ready to go. We can set that aside. Okay, then we got our various cheeses. We're going to go ahead and boil some water. This looks really good here. This sauce looks excellent. Okay, this sauce looks absolutely outstanding here. Okay. You put some garlic powder in there. Huh? Oh boy. There you go, cupcake. We'll give that a little cupcake zing here. How about that? Put a little of that in the ricotta mixture. Okay, how's that, cupcake? Thank you, Sweet Meadow. Mix that together good. That is ready to go. Ready to fire right on in there. All right, now we're going to start our pot of boiling water. Start cooking up our noodles. Make sure our cheeses are ready to go. Okay. How much cheese? 3/4 of a pound. So we're going to use about 1.5 of these mozzarella here. Make some cannoli, huh? Ooh, that's good. Thank you, greatest ever. Like my legs? Thank you, sweetie. Very kind of you. Greatest ever is such a doll. Let's have a little taste of this. Let's have a little taste of this, huh? See how that tastes. Good mozzarella. And then we have our Parmesan. We went for the really good stuff. Use both what? Really nice Parmesan. Mrs. Zombie, I love you. Yeah, water. Got some really nice Parmesan. Man, that's got some zing to it. Oh, you laying in bed cuddling with your puppy. How cute. Cute. Oh, that loaf is looking good. That's looking so good. I'm going to add about 5 more minutes at high temperature there, okay? All right, so we got our mozzarella ready to go. My mozz is never a problem. So we got our ricotta, now we're going to make our lasagna noodles. So then we're going to assemble, put the meat sauce, then the noodles, then the ricotta cheese, 1/2 of that. Top with some mozzarella, 1.5 cup of meat sauce over the mozzarella and sprinkle with some Parmesan, and repeat the layers. So it's a pretty easy process. It's not rocket science here. I need to get my big pot. I stumbled across some awesome new, oh wow, good deal, Carl. No shame in your game. You got the noses close. You guys are too funny. Let's go ahead and we're going to get a big pot going here with our lasagna noodles. I think 12. I usually do 14 to have a little extra. I like to use Barilla. I'm sure Cupcake's out at the Italian store getting that imported Italiano noodles. Let's salt that a little bit. Let's put some oil in. All right. Let's put the heat to this and let's salt the water a little bit. All right, let's turn the heat on. Damn stove today. Every time Jen cleans that stove burner out, she gets some goo in there. That'd be cool if we could actually smell that, wouldn't it? All right, so we got that heating up now. Our bread is doing magnifico. The bread looks phenomenal. I'm so glad I actually added some extra time. So I'm actually going even more at high heat here because it's a big loaf. Well, you got to give it to your Browns today, Mrs. Zombie. They did beat the Ravens in overtime, 12-9. You got to give it to them. All right. I'm actually glad to see Sheila, how are you, baby? I'm actually glad to see Cleveland be competitive now. That's a good thing. That was a very, very, very hard fought game today between two very good teams. Clean up a few things while we're waiting here. How many pilots do you have working for you? Hey, Linda. Ever made homemade noodles? No, I've never made homemade noodles. The Browns, I ain't no Browns fan. You must be a Cincinnati Bengals. Funny. What a bad reaction. I just know that the 49ers are cooked for the year. All right. Sherry, how are you, sweetie? I hope you got my message. Sherry, I can't always see everything that's happening on the side chat, honey, but I did apologize for missing you on the stream. Hi, Pam. How are you, honey? Nice to see you. Right. All right, so we got our sauce made. We got our ricotta. Got our
What's the name of that boys center?
Hannah, H-A-N-N-A, Hannah Boys Center. Hannah Center for Rotten Boys in town. Nice to see you, Pam. We're just doing some lasagna. I know, I'm talking about college. I'm talking about pro football. Thank you, Sherry. I knew you'd understand. I'm the worst live streamer on YouTube. Joey, thanks for the flowers. They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
T-shirts.
Nope. We got t-shirts. Girls and guns. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Beautiful. Look at what Joe got us. Girls and guns, baby. Look at that. How nice is that? All right, let's check our bread. Domino, what are you doing? All right, I think we're ready to reduce the temperature of our bread. Our bread looks phenomenal. All right, we're now going to take this for 30 minutes. We're going to reduce our heat to about 450. I'll give you guys a little peek of the bread. Bye, Nicole. Thank you. Okay, you take care. Just a little peek at our bread. We're going to put our thermometer in, and we need to take that up to an internal temperature of 200 degrees. Nice to see you, Pam. Always an honor. I will be live streaming, but it's going to be late tonight. It's going to be sorority brat Rosie. I think is going to be on tonight. All right. Got our noodles going. We got our sauce. It's looking delicious over here. Thank you, Carol. Isn't that a nice shirt they brought? Huh? Love that. Joey D, United States Air Force. He's been such a wonderful friend of ours. Been amazing. That sauce is off the hook. Off the hook. I'm such a tease. Salt that water. Doesn't that look good? We'll get ready to drop our noodles here. And clean up our workspace as much as possible. Yeah, Bobby should be here anyway. Oh, you didn't have to bring that, Jen. I'm gonna put that in the outside fridge, okay? Well, Joe, I wish you wouldn't bring it.
That's okay.
Is that cold or warm, Jim?
They should have warmed it. It's good in the car and it's.
But I mean, was it still cold?
No, no.
Okay, good. Okay, so we can thank you, Joe. That's so sweet of you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we told Joe not to bring
You
it.
want to drink one now?
Oh, no, let's keep warm.
I mean, we got probably some cold. You can have one from me.
Yeah, I thought it was a big deal.
He likes iced tea. Thank you, Joe. Put that whole thing. So they can go out to the outside. There's a house guest that pays for his own, huh? Woo! Thank you, greatest ever. You're a doll. All right. Let's see if I can get good and wolfed up before the old story about the cook that gets all fucked up in the kitchen. Ah, man, that's good. Woo! That is good. Tasty, tasty, tasty. We're going to have to make sure we're super organized here because we don't have a lot of counter space. So. These things are excellent for picking up noodles. And Mama Beth, you need to get yourself some of these tongs when you're dropping chicken or pies in, so you don't burn up your beautiful, delicate little fingers with that hot oil. Okay, take care, Tessa. Thanks for stopping by, honey. Oh, you got 2 pairs. These things are wonderful. They really work well for grabbing the noodles and everything else. And Mama Beth, you can chase your husband around the kitchen and you can play crab and kind of pinch each other's butts and other assorted body parts. Right? Oh, you couldn't find yours. Oh, you couldn't find mine. Yeah, because it's dangerous with that oil. Do a bread check. Bread is looking amazing. It's already about 170 degrees. That's really, really good. In about 15 minutes, I'm going to brush that bread a second time with the egg wash. Okay? I think I made everybody too hungry here. I like to use Barilla. Seems to be good quality stuff. Hi, Grandma. How are you? Carlos Martinez pumping it. Thank you, Carlos, for helping everybody's appetite here today. Carlos proudly announcing he just took a big dump. Jeez.
Good, good. What did I miss here?
Yeah, Carlos just announced that he took a big dump.
That's too much information.
You keep finding things in the wrong drawers, huh? All right. Carlos. Yeah, we'll be seeing Tara next, probably next Saturday evening. Probably do Friday night. I don't think we'll be doing a restaurant review. I'll probably be doing a baking thing. Probably not drinking Friday night because I got to get early and be on the road at 5, and I don't want to be woofed up driving. That's again. Oh, that bread smells so good. Okay, we're just about up to temperature on that. Even on the bread check is looking glorious in there. Down to wooden spoon, I had 10. Seprafy Ujiro, nice to see you, my friend. One of my boardroom pals there. Hope you're doing okay. We got Joey D here, the pride of the Air Force today in the house. Got some nice bread cooking. Get that up to a nice boil. We're just about there. Hey, Tango Z, how are you? Nice to see you. No horses were harmed in the making of this lasagna. Let's go ahead and add our noodles here. I like to make some extra too. I just kind of put them out on the counter on that. Rather than pull them out, try to grab them out, just kind of let them out like that. Okay. We're going to let them sink down. No, Bradley, sink down. There's some oil in the water. I like to do an extra just in case. Hey, Glenn, how are you, sweetie? Yeah, I never use lids for anything. I'm not in that much of a hurry for that. Start to kind of move them around a little bit. Cupcake, your chicken noodle looked really good, honey. You did a beautiful job on that. The only thing I would do different is use some Knorr chicken powder. Just got a little more joy to it. Okay, our noodles are down. Keep them just moving slightly, just so they don't stick together. Okay, they're down. And when they're done, we'll just drain it off and we'll put some olive oil on them so they don't stick together, and we can sit them aside. Yeah, get some Knorr next time and see how you like it. It's really great. Knorr. I was shown that in Asia. They use a lot of Knorr chicken powder in Asia. Delicious. We're getting damn close to assembling some lasagna. I'm going to pull the bread for a minute, and I'm going to give some more egg wash on that, okay? I'm going to sit that right over here. Sit that right here. I like to do this in under 1 minute, okay? Now to give that a real nice finish, right back into the oven. Okay, man, that smelled good, that bread. Woo! Oh, that bread smelled so good. You would look cute in some kitty ear. Yeah, I like that, huh? I got to get my kitty ears. I have something back here. Let's stir these noodles a little bit just to ensure that they do not stick together. Okay, that's why we put a little bit of oil in the water. They're looking good. They got good mobility there. I had a couple hearts there, so as soon as the lasagna hits the oven, I'll be going ahead and making the salad. Oh, you like how casual I am, Glenn? I like to just be ultra organized to have everything ready to go and in place. All right. Those noodles are cooking great. We're going to get our pan and we're going to, once this is all cooked, I like to work with on the left side and have my ingredients on the right side to carry over. So I'm going to sit my pan right on the counter here, my big baking pan. Pop that right on the counter. We can start assembling. And when it's all done, it's going to be 25 minutes. Drop it to about 400 degrees for 25 minutes with foil on and then 25 minutes with foil off. So, okay. Hey, Angel, long time no see. Wow. Are you still in Arizona, honey? No cooked noodles. I never really had them before. Really nice to see you, Angel. Oz, how are you, sweetie? Joe, I'm figuring about 4 we'll eat, okay? Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I know you need to get out of here while it's still got some light. Okay, yeah, because I'm targeting about 4 o'clock or so to eat. So. Joe can't really drive after dark, so. No cooked noodles are too mushy. You need something with some al dente. Just use extra sauce and cook it longer. Yeah, Angel, I don't take them down to mush. Hey, how are you, Trish and Brandon? Nice to see you. I think that's Trish's account there. Nice to see you, Trish. Welcome to the kitchen. Making a little bit of lasagna today. Okay. I get mine to just the point they're al dente, and then they finish off and get nice in the pan there. So how are you today, Trish? Nice to see you. I put olive oil in the water. Yes, I did, so that they would not stick. We're going to get our colander dish too and get ready to drain that. Oh, I don't know, Trish. You're a very, 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 very beautiful woman. Trish is from Craft Beer Pours over there. She has her own channel, One Sip at a Time. You want to see a you want to see a beautiful lady who's going to upload some of her own original content. Make sure to sub her up one sip at a time over there. Her and her very handsome husband, Brandon, do the Craft Beer Pours channel, sampling different beers. And they also do beer pong and some other fun stuff. A very, very lovely younger couple up in the Massachusetts area, I believe. So good people. Okay, about 2 more minutes for the noodle, and we're going to be ready to go. Oh, you've been doing bitch housework all day now. I'm drinking the beer. Trish is really a doll. That's one of the new communities that been exploring over there. Very, very wonderful people. I love Trish to pieces. She's funny. Yeah, that chick is hot to me. She's a really lovely. She's a mom. She's a wonderful person. She's a great entertainer. Her and Brandon do a beautiful job on reviewing beers. It's nice to see her. She drinks dark beer, which I like, a porter. I like the porters. I like the stouts, all that. What's the pasta sauce? Our own homemade sauce from our Rancho tomatoes here. I put that up. One video for now. Well, you'll be putting your own take. One Sip at a Time was with her husband doing things for Craft Beer Pours, but she wants to get her own spin on life and stuff like that. So that's why I find that fascinating. Yeah, Craft Beer Pours. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you, honey. Very nice to see you. One of my wonderful friends on YouTube, one of the most erudite and intelligent people that you will ever want to meet. Let's take a peek at our bread, one sip at a time. Yeah, she's wonderful. There's our bread. Looking good there. Okay. Yeah, one sip at a time. She's wonderful. Her and Brandon, Craft Beer Pours. I love lager beer. I'm sorry, I'm not an ale drinker. Sorry, I love a Guinness Stout. I love a German lager beer, American lager, but I'm not an ale drinker. Sorry. Cupcake just blew my cover. I'm not going to be welcome anymore at Craft Beer Pours. All right, let's go ahead and drain the noodles now. Yeah, so that's very engaging. I love to see younger people that are doing stuff on YouTube and they have a very good attitude and they're fun. I love being on their hangouts. They had me on panel with one night. They were as sweet as could be. Okay, continue your chores, baby. And nice to see you, and best to Brandon too. Okay, I know you guys are the Red Sox are in the playoffs, and that's a good thing. Let's see. I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil just so these noodles don't stick together. Once again, make sure you sub up one sip at a time. Nice gal with great content. Good family person. Good all-around person. Okay, we got our noodles all ready to go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and take our cup here. Let's go ahead and take some sauce and put it right in the bottom of our pan here. Going to spread that out a little bit. Okay, I have some extra sauce to heat for a topping too, so it's all good. The way I'm kind of spreading that so it's even. Okay, now we're going to put, I believe we put a noodle. Yeah, arrange the noodles. Let's go ahead. This is where we have the grabbers here now. Okay. Put one. We're going to overlap these a little bit. Two. Okay. Just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Three. But these grabbers, these tongs, make it so great to handle lasagna noodles. Look at how easily that's gone down without burning the hell out of myself. Okay, we got really nice noodles here. Trish is like, I want to eat at Rosie's place. Okay. There we go. Put that over a little bit. And I think I'll put one more maybe on the ends down here. We can maybe move that over a little bit and add one more. There. It just makes it so easy to manipulate the noodles. You know? Makes it so easy. So we'll put one more on there. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. Now on top of that, I think we're going to spread our ricotta. Half of the ricotta mixture, we're going to spread on there. Pop that on top. Just kind of work that around, about half of that. Spread that around real good. Doesn't have to be perfect, just move it all around. As it gets the heat on the bottom, it becomes easier to spread there. I'm eating meatloaf, pinto beans, and cornbread. Damn, that sounds good. Okay. All right, now just as that's hitting that sauce, it's getting a lot easier to spread. Okay. So I'm getting a good even distribution on this. All right. Okay. All right, that's looking real good. Right there. Okay, try to get it up to the edges. It doesn't have to be perfect there. Okay. A little more. George, you're all for the cheese? Is that what you're doing, buddy? Are you hanging around for some cheese? Now we're going to, we got that on. Then top with a third of the mozzarella cheese. So we're going to open that up. That sounds good. Sounds good. We're going to open that up. Let's go ahead. Hands are nice and clean. Let's go on and put about 3/4 of this packet of mozzarella cheese on here. Okay. That looks delightful. Perfect. I think we're going to get some Parmesan. Then we're going to put some meat sauce on again, actually. Spread some meat sauce on. Oh, this is looking phenomenal already. This lasagna, it's already smelling like I just want to eat it right now. Really? Right now, I just want to eat it right now. Woo! You got to make some cornbread. You got to do that, Mama Beth. You got to do that. You got to do that honey cornbread. And Pam, you got to take a quarter cup of sugar and a quarter cup of honey. You got to make yourself a honey cornbread. That stuff was off the hook. That stuff was unbelievable. Okay. All right, we got our meat sauce spread on there real good. I got some backup sauce if we need more. If we need to thin that out a little more, then we're going to put some of our quarter cup of Parmesan cheese on here. Right on there. Oh, the honey is, Mama Beth, it's the best cornbread. It is the best cornbread I ever had in my life. It is unbelievable. Okay, and then I think we're ready to do a next layer. Cover with, yeah, repeat the layers. So I think our bread's done. Our bread looks absolutely delicious. It's already hit 200 degrees. We're going to remove that. We're just going to turn the oven off and let it sit there. It'll be fine. Okay, we'll just prop that a minute. Okay, here goes our next layer of the noodles. Okay. Put that on top. All right. I tell you, these tongs make it so good. I kind of call them grabbers. I guess they're tongs. They make it so easy to work it. Oh, you're more of a biscuit boy, huh? But you got to try that with the honey. It's unbelievable. Incredibly tasty. 4. Comes number 5. And if you put some oil on them, it prevents them from getting all sticky. 5. We'll put our last one on. I had one for backup just in case. You don't always cook an extra noodle, okay? All right. Our noodles down. Then we're going to put our ricotta cheese, finish up with this. Spread that around over here. What a delicious looking lasagna. Anybody hungry? Good compliment. I'm going to make a salad too. Get all that goodness out of there. Yeah, honey butter for biscuits is good too. Yeah. Y'all don't tell me Southern people don't know how to cook now, y'all. That right, Mama Beth? Okay, I'm spreading that really well. Okay. Okay. Make sure you get good even coverage on that. Okay. That looks pretty good right there. All right. Put our ricotta down, and I think we're probably our mozzarella. Yeah. And our mozzarella. Yeah, I know, Pam. If you were here, honey, we'd have a hell of a dinner. Okay, let's get out our other thing of mozzarella here. We're going to save some for the top two. Let's get a little more. We're going to save some of the Parmesan for the top two. And we're going to top this with some, later when I just go to serve it, I'll heat up some of our Italian sauce just to top that. That look wonderful. Look at that. Okay. Now we're going to get our Parmesan. Drop that. Okay. Then I like to give that one last layer. I like to hit that with a little more sauce. Actually, I think I'll hold the sauce on the side and then use that to top it. So there is our finished. There's our finished lasagna there. Okay, and I'm going to keep that sauce on the side. Try a little bit of that noodle. I love cornbread. Let's go ahead and pull our loaf now. Look at how nice that is, ready to go. Okay, we're going to start our oven now to 400 degrees. But first we're going to remove our bread. Okay. We're going to remove our bread. We got that preheating. Look at how nice that bread turned out there. I know, Pam, I'm killing you today, honey. That's a beautiful loaf of Italian bread. No burn. 800 degrees. Okay, Grandma, I'm only gone for a couple more minutes. Mama Beth is going to be firing up her holiday wreath hangout. I will be posting some pictures on Twitter of the finished product. There it is, a beautiful bread. It's split nicely. Very nice Italian loaf. Nice big slices on there. Nice to see you, Jordan Blue. So, Mama Beth, give me about 15 more minutes, and we're done. We'll save some of this Parmesan for the table. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get some foil and cover this. Then I'm going to have one last thing to drink, and then we'll call it a hangout. Okay. It has been an exceptionally good hangout. I'm going to bake this at 25 minutes. Okay, Pam, I will definitely stop by your hangout tonight. I would be honored to see you guys. Pam, shoot the shit if you guys aren't subbed to her and Ricky. They're funny as hell. They really are the funniest stream on YouTube. But you better have your big boy pants on, your big boy and girl pants on, because they don't take any prisoners over there, and they don't take any bullshit. And then tonight, about 9 o'clock or so, when they're off, I'll be starting Sorority Brat Rosie. We'll have a little bit of fun tonight on there, okay? So here goes our lasagna into the oven. And we got our light and fan on. So we're going to go about 25 minutes with that on. And there is our wonderful bread. Oh, no bullshit, it shoots the shit. Hi, Line Screw, nice to see you, my friend. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Charlotte. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to go about 15 more minutes, and then I think Mama Beth is going to be making her holiday wreath. So I'm going to, this little bit of this sauce here, I'm going to use to make the topping when I serve somebody's lasagna. I'm going to take some more additional sauce now, and I'm going to put it in here. This is our own. This is our own bottled sauce from the Rancho tomatoes here. We had another big year. I think we got like 120 pounds of tomatoes. I'm going to put some of that sauce in there. And then tonight when I go to serve it, I'm going to top the lasagna with that sauce. We're going to have a salad too, okay? This is a ciabatta bread. It's a much looser. It has big holes inside of it. It's a much looser dough. It'll have those nice big air pockets in there. Yeah, I'm gonna do I'll put some pictures up. Not sure if I'll do a finished video. I do have prior lasagna videos on there. I might do one. I'm not sure. I don't think I might do that. Let's go ahead and stir that in. Then tonight, when it's time to serve, I will go ahead and top the lasagna on the plate with that. Yeah, it contains dairy. I've got a lot of mozzarella and a lot of ricotta and Parmesan cheese, so it definitely does. We'll have this on the. We'll have the Parmesan on the table too, if anybody wants to shake that on. Oh, a TV cooking show. Hey, Lynn, how are you? Yeah, the homemade sauce you have to have. This stuff is just off the hook. That's out of sight. All right, I popped the lasagna in. We're going to have a salad tonight. We'll have the lasagna and we'll have the Italian loaf. Like Mama used to make, right? It was like just like Mama used to make. It's really not that hard to make that. The question is, it's what you do with the sauce. The sauce is the boss. It's really what you do with that sauce that really makes a difference between success and failure. Yeah, I have videos up making the sauce for several years. I've done videos, our homemade Italian sauce. I made it about a month and a half ago. You can look on the Rosie Murphy channel. You can see that. That's when my channel was down. This one I was making it on the Rosie Murphy channel in August. You guys can check that out. Joe King, how you doing? I'm going to have one more beer with you guys, and then we'll call it a hangout. Okay, we got beautiful bread. Wonderful Italian loaf there. We're going to put that on the. We're going to put that on a rack to cool off. Then I can go out and spend a little time with Joe. Okay. Oh, you even made mozzarella. Wow. Yeah, check out how we made our own Italian sauce. We take our own tomatoes, go through the whole process, the spicing and everything. Give you one last look at the Italian loaf there. Okay, and that's more like a ciabatta. They call it like an Italian slipper. Okay. We'll let that cool off on the rack there. In the meantime, I'll put a cover on the sauce. Just cover that over. Yeah, ciabatta. Thank you, Linda Francine. Yeah, they're like Italian, they're like an Italian slipper. I think that's what the ciabatta. When we go to serve it, I'll heat up some of the sauce and I'll prepare the plates in here. I'm going to go ahead and make a salad and refrigerate that and have that ready to go. It's going to be a simple salad: avocado, cucumber, tomato, lettuce, onion, carrot. It'll be a simple salad. We'll serve that up with some salad bowls, and then when I go to serve the lasagna up, I will go ahead and heat up some of the sauce, cut some lasagna, put it on the plate, put the sauce on top of it, and I'll have the bread basket with the ciabatta on there. Okay. And I think that really looks nice. You got no burning on the bottom of it. It's really good. Jesse, how are you, sweetie? You got that turkey on. Happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian friends. Show us your Italian sausage. Carlos. That's out of sight. I'm gonna have one more beer with you guys. Oh, I saw it's everybody's problem. Presentation is everything, baby. And as Pam would say, if they don't like my sauce, they can kiss my ass. Ain't that right, Rosie O'Kelly? I know you're watching, Rosie. If the creek don't rise and the damn bridge don't fall down. They don't like their lasagna sauce. They can kiss my ever loving ass. And Rosie, our Rosie, I like the way Pam says our Rosie. Not cute. Our Rosie. It touches my heart. Our Rosie. She ain't little Rosie. She's big Rosie. If you can't, hey Jaded, how are you, sweetie? If you can laugh at Pam, you ain't got no sense of humor. Oh, thank you, Jesse. You're such a doll. Mama Beth, I'm going about 5 more minutes. Mama Beth is going to make her holiday wreath. I strongly suggest that you subscribe to Mama Beth's World. She is not only our diva in the kitchen in West Virginia, she's elegant, she's beautiful, and she brings the damn heat. I'm going to tell you what. She made filet mignon and asparagus. She made chicken and dumplings. She made fried potato apples, fried pies. What the hell else? Oh, and peach cobbler. Make sure she's one of my wonderful moderators here, Mama Beth's World on the side. Make sure to check her out. She's going to be making a holiday wreath today. All right, in T-minus 10 minutes, you're going to be there with Mama Beth making yourself a wreath. Hi, Scott Reynolds. Nice to see you. Oh, your mom would approve the making of the sauce, huh? Yeah, Harvey's like, how many times? Yeah, Glenn's like, how many times are you going to tell us you're half Italian? Ellie's full on 100% genuine article. And you know what Ellie says? Never marry an Italian, okay? 2 Italians, right? What, you don't talk to me, huh? What are you, son of a bitch? You cross the street, you can't motherfucker, you too good for me now, huh? I see you over there, Leonardo. You don't, hey, Leonardo, how you doing, huh? And they said, no, nothing. Scungili, you motherfucker. I'll tell you, man, huh? Yeah, to you and yours. Yeah, Helen, I'm really happy away. It's kind of like a ciabatta. It's a much wetter dough. I don't get many marriage proposals, but I get a lot of proposals to hook up, Harvey. So, hey, Ozzy, how are you? Ozzy off grid in the house. Nice to see you, my friend. Joe King taught me love is blind, marriage is an eye opener. Huh? So I will be back tonight. Pam is Shoot the Shit. We'll be live on the porch tonight. Make sure to check them out. Shoot the Shit. Pam and Ricky. Funny. Laughs a go-go. And then later tonight, I will be doing Sorority Brat Rosie. We'll have a little bit of fun tonight. Yeah, Ocean City, Maryland. There you go. That's it. Hopefully in one of these years coming up, I'm going to rent a place in Ocean City, Maryland, and hopefully get Missy Jen down there to spend at least a month in Ocean City. So it'll be a lot of fun. JC, take care, babe. Thanks for stopping by. I'd like to do crab and flounder fishing. Lisa Yarborough. I'll definitely stop by and say hi, Lisa. You know I always do. Always do. Yeah, that'd be great, Movie Bus. I love Ocean City. There's a difference, though, between the East Coast and the West Coast. My teeny-weeny micro bikini is a little forward for Ocean City, Maryland, huh? All right, but it's just perfect for Southern California. Just saying. Maybe it's time I break them in on the East Coast. Chick's like, I'll be seeing you later, Brat. Ocean City crabby, that's it. Oh, I don't mind crabs biting me, out in the ocean. I want to do a lot of fishing. I want to do a lot of crabbing. I want to show Missy Jen some of the places on the Eastern Shore. I'd like to take her to Betterton, Maryland. I'd like to take her to St. Michael's, Maryland, to Crisfield, to Smith Island, and show her that. So, oh, you're very welcome, Helen. Love you, honey. Get your ass out of bed. Crab cakes at the Inner Harbor. There you go, Joe King. I love me some crab. Pam, when I get to the Eastern Shore, Smith Island cake, Allie, that's it. I'm going to show y'all how to make Maryland style crab cakes. I'm going to catch my own crabs and pick the mofos and show you how I do it. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the Hangout now. I want to thank you guys for being along. We got our lasagna in the oven. It's going to be delicious. I'm going to serve that up. I'm going to have the bread, and I'm going to go ahead and make a salad. So make sure, oh, it's Iron Man week, Colleen. There we go. Make sure that you go to Mama Beth's World right now. Check her out. She's making a holiday wreath. And then make sure tonight to be on the porch with Pam and Ricky. Shoot the shit. Because you know what? They do shoot the mofo shit out there. Huh? Is that right, Ricky? Take care, everybody. Loved having you along. I'll see you around tonight. Pam and Ricky, shoot the shit. Check it out. Check it out. Right above you there. Right above you. We'll see y'all later.